So this week we got our first look at the brand new PlayStation 5 controller, and it looks absolutely amazing, and it's called DualSense. Now it's packed full of brand new features which I cannot wait to play, and I am so gutted I cannot use right now. Obviously we are still stuck with the PS4 for like the next 6 months or so, possibly longer depending on how long this virus sticks around. So at the moment, if you're looking for a new controller to experience games in a different way, make sure you check out my sponsor Controller Mods. They do full modded controllers, custom controllers that look amazing. The price of them is fantastic, and you can get the Dominator buttons on the back, which makes gaming easier, and the different mods that they do for these are just crazy fun to play with your friends. But let's take a look at that new controller. Now, first thing you'll notice is the colour and the shape. When it comes to DualShock 4 and every other PlayStation console, most of the time you'll be used to the fact that the standard colour is in black, and you have to wait a while or wait for a special edition, or wait until places start doing custom controllers to get different colours. But this time around, the standard colour is the two-tone that you see, the white and the black, which I think looks really nice and really sleek. Now, the shape of it though, it is kind of turning into the shape of, well, very much similar to an Xbox controller. However, the thumbsticks are still in line, which does make it a bit different. But not gonna lie, I do prefer the feel of an Xbox controller, but I prefer the thumb positions of a PlayStation controller, so I'm guessing this is going to kind of feel perfect for me. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that's changed a little bit, and that is the fact that the share button has now gone. It has been replaced by the create button. It's been replaced by the create button. Now, no full details have actually been provided about the create feature, but I am pretty much guessing it's going to be basically the same as what it was, apart from with possibly a better editing tool for afterwards. Always nice, to be fair, for upcoming streamers or anyone that wants to try making video content, but I am curious to see what else they actually bring to it. One thing that I am really curious to see how it actually feels in the game is that they have added haptic feedback into the game. Now, if you played on a Nintendo Switch and you remember that 1-2 Switch game where like you was rolling dice or whatever it was, I can't even remember the little mini game, where it felt like there was something inside your controller, that's the kind of thing that they brought to this. So when you're in a driving game and you're driving through mud, you go over a bump, you'll be able to feel it, everything, but rather than just a standard vibrate, it is completely immersive, that the way that they've done it. To actually see this in a huge AAA game, I cannot wait for. And to go with it is the fully adaptive triggers. So if you imagine if you're playing a game like Call of Duty, and you're using, say, a pistol, and it's tap, 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 and it feels really light, and then you move on to a big LMG, and the trigger suddenly tightens up, and it feels a little bit different, and then you go on to a game where you're using, like, a bow and arrow, and you can actually feel the pressure and the tension of having to pull the bow back. That kind of thing in a game makes it crazy immersive, but at the same time, I can imagine some people being a little bit annoyed by it and trying to find ways to turn it off just to go back to standard. It's one thing that you find in games these days, a lot of people try turning off all the extra stuff just to help them play better, because they'd rather play the game better in the basics than have better visuals and the immersiveness. It's also mentioned that they've been looking into ways to make the battery life of the controller last even longer. Now, this side of things I never had an issue with, to be fair. I think I actually upgraded mine. I took it apart and put a different battery in it, so it lasted forever pretty much. Plus I use a dock most of the time anyway, so I never came across an issue where my controller was dying. But it is always a nice thing to add into it. The DualSense has also added in a mic into the controller. Now, a lot of people, when they didn't use headsets, had to go around the fact of using the PlayStation camera. Now, using a controller with a built-in mic without a headset sounds like a fantastic idea until you think all of your friends that are going to be able to hear all of the audio through your TV speakers, because obviously if you're not wearing a headset, you're still going to have to hear the game. Sounds great, but might be really, really annoying at the same time. If you guys play on VR games, or if you've used any games that use the PlayStation camera that look at your DualShock Lite, the one thing that I am really curious about this is the fact that it's been mentioned that the PSVR is still going to work with the PlayStation 5, but the new DualSense doesn't have a light bar on the front of it. Instead, it kind of runs down the side of the touchpad. So it is weird how that's going to work. I don't understand how the camera's actually going to be able to track, unless the DualSense has got something built into it where the PSVR can kind of recognise its movements without the need of a camera. But as far as I'm aware, nothing's actually being mentioned about this. Leave a comment down below though, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to end the video there. I'm excited to get my hands on this controller. Hopefully they've changed all the grip and stuff on it as well, on the thumbsticks. If you guys picked up one of the first PS4s, you kind of know what I mean. When you played for a little bit, the thumbstick started wearing away, and it was a problem where they ended up having to change the material. I think I went through about 4 different controllers over the space of 6 months when it first came out. Really annoying. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. Leave a comment though, let me know your thoughts on this one, but thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.